Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I hope each and every one of you guys are doing well today. Listen, I was up very early this morning and I just kept thinking about the Israelites and kept thinking about the land of Canaan and the promised land and all of that, right? And I'm definitely gonna have to break this message up in two different videos, but I just want to talk about this really quickly, right? A lot of times when God asks us to do something, a lot of times it doesn't make any sense, and you're probably thinking, how does what you're asking me equates to what you've promised me? Okay, how come what you're asking me to do, how is that gonna get me from point A to the promise? Okay, and I believe that a lot of times it doesn't matter. Your one job is to trust and obey. You know, when I was thinking about this message just a few minutes ago, I was like, no, your one job is to listen and obey. And God corrected me. He's like, no, your one job is to trust and obey. Okay. And so listen, in Joshua 6 verses 3, right? Basically, the command was march around the city once with all the armed men. Do this for 6 days. Have 7 priests carry trumpets of ram horns in front of the ark. On the 7th day, march around the city 7 times with the priests blowing the trumpets. And when you hear them sound a long blast on the trumpets, have all the people give a shout. And then the wall of the city will collapse and the people will go up and every man straight in. Okay. That is a command. So here are the people of Israel, right? And basically they're on the outside and they want to get on the inside, right? And there's this huge wall in between them, right? And basically God is saying you need to march around the wall for 7 days, okay? And then on the 7th day, march around the wall 7 times, and then there's going to be some trumpets being blown, and then the people are going to shout, and the wall is going to collapse. Like, be honest, would you believe that? Like, would you actually think it would happen? Would you actually do that? You know, because sometimes we get to this place in our lives where God's instruction doesn't make sense with the promise. Like, you're like, how does me marching get me to the other side? Like, marching doesn't seem like it's something that could make a wall collapse. No, you need to blow that thing up, okay? Blowing the thing up seemed like a better idea, not marching, okay? Remember the story of Naaman, right? When the prophet told Naaman what God wanted Naaman to do, right? And Naaman had leprosy, right? And Naaman was given the instruction that he needed to go dip in the Jordan River 7 times. Okay, you see how 7 is a very significant number, okay? He needed to dip in the Jordan River 7 times to cure himself from leprosy. Would you do it? No, and Naaman was thinking, no, I need somebody to put their hands on me. I need somebody to pray for me. I need somebody to speak a prayer and pray for me for deliverance. That's what he wanted, okay? And the instruction was, no, you need to go dip in the Jordan River 7 times, sir, okay? And he felt silly doing it. It felt like a joke, but did it work? It did. It did work. So Naaman was probably thinking, how does dipping in a river gets me healed? This river ain't known for its healing properties. How does that do? Because guess what? I don't believe it had anything to do with the river. I think it had everything to do with trusting and obeying. I think it had everything to do with the faith of Naaman. Like, I'm going to trust you. I'm going to do this. You said that this is what's going to happen. I'm going to trust you and I'm going to go for it and I'm going to do this. And that's what it is, you know? So the Israelites had to trust what God had said, even though it didn't make any sense. How does marching allow a wall to collapse? It don't matter. It doesn't matter, okay? I'm telling you, it could be the most bizarre situation. You know, for example, if God promised you a job, okay? He promised you this particular job, this particular career, and then he's like, and then one day you're home and he's like, okay, go feed your neighbor's dog. And you're like, wait. How does feeding my neighbor's dog get me to this job? It don't matter. Do what he says you to do. Do what he has asked you to do. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Okay, when Moses and the Israelites were trapped, basically, and they were at the Red Sea, you know what God told Moses to do? He told him to stretch out his hands. Moses could have been like, how does stretching out my hands, what does that do? We're trying to get to the other side. How does stretching out my hands do anything? It doesn't matter. Trust and obey. Obedience. Being obedient is like, it's so important. And I believe that it's one thing a lot of believers are lacking. A lot of believers are lacking. I'm telling you, people can sit in a church pew for years and years and years, and God is telling them, I need you to move. Literally, I need you to move. Go to this state. Move to this state. They won't move. They don't listen to that still small voice. They don't listen because they can't understand, how does that get me to what I've been asking for? How does doing this get me to the promise? It doesn't matter. Your one job is to trust, is to listen, trust, and obey. Listen, trust, and obey. That's it. The woman touched the hem of Jesus' garment and she was healed. Her faith. It was her faith that did it, you know? So that's the message, guys. If God is asking you to do something that don't make no sense, if he's asking you to go to somewhere that you're like, and you're like, how does that get me from here to here? Do it. You have many example in the Bible that shows that that's just how God works. Okay? He's the miracle working God. You just need to be obedient to that which he's asking you to do. Okay? Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for liking and subscribing to the channel. Take care.